Hi, I'm Tom, and today I'm going to walk through Guitar Rig 6 from Native Instruments, which came out a few days ago. I'm going to look at it from the point of view of a bass guitarist, and at the end I'll let you know if it's something I think you should buy. If you want more No BS reviews like this, do consider subscribing. So I'm going to have a look at a few different things in Guitar Rig 6 today. I'm going to walk through that new bass amp. I'm going to walk through all the different effects available in Guitar Rig 6. I am going to look at the presets. So if you just want to open up out of the box and just run with it, these are the sounds available. I'm going to look at sound design. Sound design is a really big focus in Guitar Rig 6, and I think it's the kind of unique selling point of Guitar Rig 6 over the other bass rig emulators. And then I will give you my review about whether I think you should get it or not. All right, so here it is. Now the first thing to notice is that there is a new bass amp, and here is me playing through it. If we go into amplifiers, we have this Bass Pro, which is the old bass amp. And you can choose some presets here. You can see even in the amp here, just choosing the different presets and the different equalization settings, it does change it quite a bit, the overall sound. Now, if we choose the new bass amp, which is called the Bass Invader, yeah, and that sounds pretty good. Kind of nice, bit trebly, but yeah, good. And with a pick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not bad. So just to open it up and play with it straight out of the box, there's a variety of different presets which sound pretty good and just going to give you a way to start your sound design. If you go into the presets, you can type bass and it comes up with a whole bunch of different presets. I won't go, there's 77 results here, so I won't go through them all, otherwise we'll be here all day. But if we have, I chose some ones before which I thought were pretty interesting. So there's some interesting combinations with bass as well as distortion. So I looked at this one, Look Mum No Guitar. So we have So there's also some interesting auto wah kind of sounds. And what do we have here? Hammered bass. What else? I saw that one as well. And the delays in Guitar Rig 6 are really good. So here's a delay bass, and it's a nice clean. And in Guitar Rig 6 there's also a lot more different effects available, and Native Instruments is really focused on the sound design point of view. So there's a lot more effects from their other sound modules, so reverbs and ways to shape and manipulate sound available in Guitar Rig 6. So you can kind of see this as we walk through the software. See, in the effects there, there's just loads and loads of effects. Now you can just chain as many of these effects together as you want as well. So on the amplifiers, there's two bass specific amplifiers, which is the Bass Pro and the Bass Invaders, but there's also these guitar amps as well, and you can just chain them up as you see fit. There's the cabinets. There's some delay and echo, as I mentioned before. The delays sound really good. Now notice that here we have these Traktor effects, and Traktor effects are to work with the Traktor-based DJing software and hardware through Native Instruments. The distortion, we have a few new distortions. Guitar Rig 6, we have this Bite, Demon, Dirt distortion, and distortion sounds overall good. The dynamics. Now, one thing I really like is how the compressors look. The interface for Guitar Rig 6 has been updated quite a lot to make it look really nice and modern. And you can really notice it on the compressor. So if I turn that, the amount of compression up, you can see quite clearly about how much compression there is, how fast the compressor is working. And I find that that's really nice interface there, and the compressors sound good as well. With the EQ, we have a few different EQs. Actually, they're new this year to make them look a bit better than before. Well, they're new in Guitar Rig 6, so they have this kind of graphic equalizer. You can adjust all the bands there. With the filters, we have auto filter, different wahs. You can chain up these wahs with the, what are they? The special... not special effects, what are they? The modifiers. So if you wanted to make your wah attached to maybe an input, you could, the input level, for example, you can do that so that you can make some really creative effects there. On the modulation, we have a few new phase effects this year. We have the classic Phase 9. But also the other effects, we have these other ones as well, so flanges and yeah, just loads of stuff. The pitch, what I really like here, I'll put an amp, the Bass Invader, and there's this synthesizer which does sound really cool. Bass. And also there's this Rosa chord effect, and I'll go through this later when I talk about sound design, but this is a cool effect, and it makes these kind of chords, so it kind of harmonizes the note that you're playing. The reverbs are really, really nice in Guitar Rig 6, and they brought in a lot of the reverbs from their other sound modules. The Realm in particular is a very really cool cavernous type reverb which kind of goes on for days. And we'll turn that off and we'll have a look at the special effects. Yeah, we have ring modulators, and we also have some tools for, like, if you want to split the different outputs into a few different amp models, you can do that as well. Now, where Guitar Rig 6 really shines is in the sound design space. So here I am creating a kind of completely different sound, which I'm just figuring out as I kind of walk through it. I showed some effects before, but if we'll put them on again. Modulation. Filters. We put on this synthesizer to get that synth. And this chord bass effect. Yeah, sounds cool. And then we add the reverb on top of that, and all of a sudden you get something really interesting. And all of a sudden it doesn't sound like a bass at all anymore. It just sounds like some lush instrument, which you can, I don't know, create your own kind of sound effects with that. So you can have endless, and I mean literally endless amount of possibilities there with the software. So should you buy Guitar Rig 6? Well, first of all, if you want to demo the product, there is a demo available, although there are some limitations, obviously. Now, if you want to create sounds, if you're interested in sound design and creating big, lush reverbs, I think Guitar Rig 6 is absolutely the best software for you, the best software I've seen. And it's so fun, you can go down rabbit holes and try different things out and mix and match different sounds. I think from that point of view, it is the best. From just a kind of classic, just tracking bass and trying different bass amps, I think it's good. I think the two bass amps are good and really solid, although there aren't as many amps there. So you're probably not going to get a wider variety of different bass amp sounds. Although, as I mentioned before, the two bass amps are really, really good there and probably good enough for 99% of what you want. Okay, so if you want more content like this, do consider subscribing, and yeah, that's it.